Hello, ladies and gentlemen. This is November 10th, 2025. My name is Mark. I want to thank you for stopping by. If you've looked at previous videos, thank you. If you've left a comment, thank you. Look, I appreciate you. Um, I'm going to talk about what this year has been to me. Uh, as of January 6th of 2025, I turned the great age of 60. And when I tell you it has been a good year, it has been a good year. Um, but I had to put in a lot of work leading up to turning 60. And thankfully, I had 59 years to do that. But, you know, I had a friend and I at the gym. Of course, we hung out a little bit outside of that, but I would tell jokes, just small jokes, and they were sexually charged. Not vulgar, but leave it up to the imagination. And she asked me a question: does everything have to be about sex? I was like, yes. And I said, because if people engage, uh, whether it's two people or more, that's your preference. The goal is for everyone to leave happy and satisfied. But if it must be one, it might as well be me. So if you with me, you got 5 minutes. You're gonna get a five good minutes. Anyway, that made her laugh, so it was well worth it. So, just touching basis on this year for me, I spent a lot of time just reflecting on what I wanted from, say, 60 forward to look like. And the biggest thing I wanted was just to have the peace and serenity. And one of the things that I did do prior to, it's not like I turned 60 and a light switch came on and boom, here it is. No, whether it's me or you, you've got to do the work. And when you start finding your voice, sadly, most of the time, you do have to get older. Now, is that 100%? Absolutely not. Some people find it earlier. It depends on where you put yourself in a priority category. So, as I started to just go back and reflect on years prior, not to go back there to live there, but just to reflect. And it's been a long process. But now I tell adult people, you need to go back and heal that little boy or that little girl in you where you are broken. It needs to be healed. And so then you can start walking into your truth and you can start being your whole self. You're not looking for approval. That's me. I don't have anything to prove to anyone. At this point in time in my life, I am single. No, that's not a catch, come and get me. No, I'm just making a statement. So therefore, there's no need in a lot of problems and worration to go to bed with me at night. I always do this in quotations because I've had my day out there. I don't have kids that I know of. So as this year will soon come to an end uh, by the calendar year, and and I'm starting to think about what I want next year to look like. I sort of hate for this year to end because it's been so good to me. And the reason it has is because I started to fully embrace me. I learned to make myself a priority. And I learned to really love myself, all of me, not just part of me, all of me. And there's so many times in my life that I put myself second and wanted people to put me in a priority in their life, but I wasn't putting myself in that spot. So I use the terminology sometimes when I talk to people because I've done a lot of things, especially when it came when I was part of a church group, putting together different programs, whether it was doing a play for a holiday, um, just even when I had my own organization, I would still allow the upcome, whether it was ministers or singers or what have you, to take the platform. I was never the star of my own show. So as I go back and I'm telling you a little bit of my process, and if you look at any performer, they will have someone to open for them, but they are the star of their show, regardless of who goes on before them or after them. They are the star of their show, and that's something that I didn't do. So I didn't put myself center stage. That's my fault. I take that responsibility. Now I do. I make myself a priority, and I check in on myself every morning. And Mark, how are you feeling this morning? As I'm brushing my teeth, washing my face, I embrace. I've never been. Um, well, I was going to say complicated, but I'm so simple that it becomes complicated to people. And when I say that, I'm a very low maintenance person. I don't require a whole lot from people. It's the small things that I really appreciate. Um, like I said, but now as I learn and still growing into uh, the appreciation of my past, the appreciation of where I'm at right now, and looking forward to what is to come. And now that I am getting older, just learning to live in gratitude, just being thankful. Um, when I sit back and I reflect, the highs has been high and the lows have been lows. And I'm sure, the people that will listen to this, you could be a witness to that because maybe that's part of your life. Your highs is really high, your lows is really low. But what I would say to you if I was going to give you advice, don't put your happiness in someone else's hands. I don't care where you're at. Friendships, relationships, marriages, upcoming relationships, upcoming friendships. Excuse me. Don't put your happiness in someone else's hands. If you are broken, go back to that little boy, that little girl, and go back to that innocence, and then start tracing my biggest awakenings was when I started to journal, and I allowed people to treat me, or in some cases felt like I was being taken advantage of. And that's where I would allow my temper to override rational decisions. So yes, it's been years. So now, besides just allowing that temper to represent first, take a deep breath and ask yourself, as I did, why am I having these feelings? And now, grant you, I've only lost my temper, harshly one time this year. So that's a compliment to myself because I could have went from 0 to 60 and people don't even realize what happened. I've grown into sometimes just walk away from the situation if the person will allow that. You know, again, I've had hard conversations that I had rather not have. I've listened to conversations that I had rather not have heard. But giving people that freedom that I so hungered for, and now I've given myself permission and understand that sometimes, it's better to serve notice than to ask for permission. Sometimes it's better to ask for forgiveness than to ask for permission. That depends on where you're at in your life. But I'm just explaining this year to me, or to you, what my year has been. And again, my year has been good. It's taken, just listening to different songs, even down to like Tina Turner, um, thinking of my own protection. And I can relate to her when she said it scared me. I think in her words, she said it scares me to feel this way. It scared me to move into that level of my life. So where I would just allow anything into my life. And when I say anything, any conversation, and try to shake it off, even if sometimes it would offend me. Am I guilty of doing the same thing? Yeah. But honestly, if a person brings it to my attention that they're uncomfortable, uh, give me a chance to apologize. Give me a chance for the correction. Um, the people that's in my life now, they are there because I want them to be there. And hopefully, if I'm a part of their life, I'm there because they want me there. So, whether people has left my life, I want to say thank you because I learned so much from you. If I chose to leave someone's life, to those people, I say thank you because I also learned something from those people. So everything is not going to be cookies and cream, peaches and cream, cake and ice cream. That's not the way this life is set up. It's the way we handle it, and that's the choice that we have. I have no control at what life throws at me, but I do have a choice in how I'm going to deal with it and how I'm going to process it. I can't take control of what happiness looks like to me. And, I really do lean on the serenity prayer to change the things that I can, to accept the things that I cannot, and still learning the wisdom to know the difference. Um, People use the terminology, stay in your lane. I try to stay in my lane. I'm open to new things in my life. You know, it was January that I decided I would sit down, push record, start a YouTube channel. Something else I've done this year, I got a passport card. For now, that was for a couple of reasons. Because I'm looking forward to maybe doing some traveling next year. And when I say some traveling, I'm talking about maybe a cruise. So I would need a passport card. Um, Flying is not for me. Never had a desire to hop on a plane. So, those are a couple of things that I done this year that I really didn't think that I would be doing. I sat down in front of a camera before when I had Youth with a Purpose and had the website. I haven't gone that far because I do still have a nonprofit organization. I'm just not doing anything with it right now. Maybe I will in the near future. I'm just not sure right now because I'm living in the moment. And even though I'm talking about maybe next year, but don't get me wrong, I'm living in this moment and I'm not stressed about what tomorrow may hold because I may not even be here. So I just learned to live each day in gratitude, live just appreciating the moments. And if I go on a walk, I'm present in that moment. If I go to the gym, I'm present in that moment. If I decide to go on a short drive, I'm present in that drive and, sightseeing. If I'm preparing a meal, that's something that I have started to enjoy, a healthier lifestyle. versus it's easy to run out to grab a burger or prepared meals. But no, now I actually enjoy cooking and trying different recipes or things that I haven't tried um, to see how it's going to turn out. Um, there's just the small things, from getting up in the morning, uh, you know, anticipating that first cup of coffee. Again, it's the small things. I'm just not this elaborate person. I've lived up to image that was expected of me. I've lived up to expectations from other people. But now I've laid all of that to the side. I don't have anything to protect. I'm not looking um, for another career. So there's no need in me sitting back and just pretending. So when I engage with people now in a conversation, they are really getting the real me. I'm not sending out my representative. Now, life happens. Things are subject to change. That's out of our control. There again, but the way we handle it, we do have control over that. So, and just recognizing if someone, I've been cursed out at my time, and I would rise to the bait of that and do the same thing. Now, when I hear someone's temper, if they curse at me, because it's not always that they are cussing me out or they're having a bad day, now I can see the old temper in them that I used to have. So sometimes people just need that moment to gather their thoughts. And before it comes to the realization, they may be my age before they start reflecting back and saying, wait a minute, I was really out of line, out of pocket at that time, as I've had to come to terms with. I have not always handled things the correct way. And I'm not going to handle every situation from here forward the correct way because I'm human. What's that saying? To err is human, to forgive is divine. So, the first person I had to show grace to was myself. And so people talk about the forgiveness. Forgiveness comes to me without me even knowing it. And the way I know that I have gotten over it, if you mention a person's name or a situation, it don't anger me anymore. When I first started my journey of leaving Christianity, um, when people would start talking about it, quoting scripture, I would get this pit in my stomach and I wanted to react. I don't do that anymore because I understand now people are where they're at and that's okay. And as I have said, even now, growing up Christian, I haven't thrown it all out. I use the parts of it that serves me. So that's just where I'm at. I've made a couple of notes, want to make sure that I've covered it with y'all. In other words, to bring this to an end, I have given myself permission to live my life. I've made myself a priority. I have accepted myself, the good, the bad, the indifferent. It's just all of it is a part of me. All of that, what I said, it's a part of you. Um, it's a part of just acceptance. And I can't run from myself. There's nowhere to hide. I am one person that's going to be with me everywhere I go. There's just no getting away from that. So I wanted to share with y'all, and if you have been a part of my life this year, I want to say thank you. Where I'm at right now, I'm at peace. I have serenity. I have some clarity. And I'm going to protect my peace. Now, I would say this, just leaving you on this piece of advice. whatever your faith is, be very clear in what you want when you throw it out to the universe, when you know, put that request before God, Jesus, Mary, Sister Teresa, Mother Teresa, is that what you call it? Be clear in what you want. And learn yourself enough if you're asked that question. When we were younger, when we was in school, they would want us to set short-term goals and long-term goals. Be clear. Be clear in what you want. I've learned this statement to be true. When I was growing up, I would hear people say, expect nothing and you won't be disappointed. I can't agree with that statement. But if I don't expect anything, what do I have to look forward to? So whatever arises, I want to be ready for it. I'm just at a good place. I can't think of anything that I need. I can't think of anything that I really want. I can't think of anyone that I would trade my life with. I mean, that's just real. And I want to continue this journey of living my best life. Again, I want to say thank you. My name is Mark. Change your mind, change your life. And in the words of MLK, free at last, free at last. He said, thank God Almighty, I'm free at last. And the way I interpret that, mentally, I'm free. Till next time, I appreciate you. I'm wishing you well on your journey. I'm wishing you peace, love, joy, and happiness.